Okay, so do I need to tell you who's in this movie? It's James Franco, Selena Gomez, Ashley Benson, Vanessa Hudgens, and Rachel Corrine. And the four girls are best friends, whatever, and they get into trouble to make money to go on spring break vacation, and James Franco's character bails them out of jail. Franco takes them on a wild, fun ride, and the girls do what they do, or they try to see how far they go. I think that's something that's the tagline or whatever. And I feel like this was just a great big joke. Like Harmony must be laughing his ass off. Now, if you remember, Harmony wrote Kids. He did Gummo, and he also did Trash Humpers. And if you've seen any of those, you have an idea of his style. And I feel like for this movie, he got these big names and just kind of pooped on spring break as far as if it kind of feels like a satirical take on spring break. It's so outrageous and it's so out there that it's you know what I'm trying to say? Like I don't believe Harmony really believes that this is what spring breakers are really like. I think it's just a way to show the over the topness of these activities. You know what it kind of reminded me of? It kind of reminded me of. Do you guys remember when MTV used to have like the grind, where you had like all these buff people and they'd all dance and stuff? Kind of reminded me of that. The way the soundtrack was set up, it kind of made the whole movie seem like it was a music video. At least that's how it felt to me. Like it almost seemed like the whole thing, the whole movie could have been condensed to a music video. I think it could have been. Was it worth 1050? Mm, not really. And I'm gonna say, there's gonna be two different sides. There's gonna be people saying that this movie was awful, there was no point to it, and it was just useless and mindless. And then there's people that are gonna say, no, you don't understand. This is a piece of art because it's got Harmony Korine's name on it. It's neither here nor there. It is an entertaining story to a certain extent. The the repetitiveness I understand was done in order to get the point across, but I think it was done too much. It was overused, and I understand the use of the neon colors, the just providing that very party theme. I understand the use of that. The opening scene is just bare boobs, and I don't mind that. I don't, but it kind of got old after a while, and especially when it's pan close up, pan close up, pan close up boobs, close up crotch, close up boobs, close up crotch, close up boobs, pan crotch, pan boobs, close up crotch, close up boobs, close up butt, pan butt. Kind of it's good for about I don't know maybe a minute and a half, but then when it just keeps going, I don't know. I'm not a dude. Maybe if I was a guy, then that would have been a lot more entertaining. No, I don't think so. I know plenty of people that would get bored of that, guys included. People were saying that Selena Gomez did a really good job as far as breaking out of her kid's character and la da da. And yeah, that was all of them broke out of their kids' characters. All of them did a pretty decent job in trying to portray these college girls. But it wasn't like Oscar nomination good. I mean, did you really not? These you have to remember that acting is these people's jobs. So of course they want to branch out and do different roles and not just stick to kid type roles because they're not gonna be kids forever. I think that's a logical progression. Why is anybody surprised? I don't know. Oh, yeah, it didn't have a chronological timeline, and again, that's another thing that's done on purpose in order to emphasize certain events and the way they happened. And that's fair. I thought that was fair. There there are people wondering if there was gonna be a considerable amount of nudity, and it wasn't surprising. It wasn't surprising because apparently that's what I don't know spring breakers do. I had the pleasure of watching this movie after school, so there was a good bit of uh, teenagers in the theater with me as well, and the comments that I heard afterwards were, "Yo, that was just a bunch of chicks in bikinis." That was weird. I don't think I enjoyed that. I don't get it. I thought it was going to be a comedy. Yo, that movie was dope. Is that what college is really going to be like? That was my favorite comment that I heard. Is that what college is really going to be like? No, it's not. It's not what spring break's really gonna be like. I don't know. I'm not a crazy college kid. I think overall, if you are gonna pay to go watch this movie, go watch it during the daytime. So it'll be like $5 instead of double that. But really, just wait. Wait until it comes out on Redbox or Netflix. And you're really not going to be missing much. If you don't go to theaters, if you don't rush to theaters, you're not missing this incredible piece of film. Although there's going to be people talking about it as if it were. Shame. Shame, shame. A lot of people were expecting this to be like amazing because Harmony hasn't come out with anything in a while. Well, not that long. I think it's been 3 years. I think he came out with Trash Humpers in 2010. I don't know, but he built up this reputation, especially after Kids, that people were like, oh man, this has got to be good. And so before I went to go watch this movie, I rewatched Kids and Gummo just to see where I stand. I mean, the first time I had seen Kids was a long time ago, and I remember being impressed by the dialogue. And not impressed as in like, oh wow, this is awesome, but impressed as in like, there's people out there that really talk like this. I don't understand. It was just a different. It was different. It was different. And so watching it the first time, I thought, oh yeah, man, this guy is onto something. Or I don't know, he's showing us something. This guy's showing us something. We need to pay attention. And then rewatching it, I was just like, wait a second, this isn't that great. I mean, it's tragic, but it's really not that great. Now I watched Gummo and I was like, yeah, this isn't really that great either. Why did I think it was great the first time around? And so when I was waiting for Spring Breakers to come out, and I was debating whether I really wanted to go watch it because I thought, well, is this really going to show me the progression of his filmmaking, or is it just going to be another disappointment? Because it's going to be another movie that I'm going to watch the first time and go, oh yeah, I totally get it, and think deep into it, and then watch it again in a few years, and then think, what the hell was I thinking? Or is this gonna be a movie where I'm gonna see right off the bat that it's really not that great? And I feel like this is one of those movies that's really not that great. I mean, again, I understand that there's gonna be different points of views as far as you know, elevating Harmony and the way he portrays, uh, pop culture, the way college kids, glorify spring break and make it seem like this is, the best time of your life. Whatever. I understand that, but I don't know. It just didn't do it for me. It just didn't do it for me. So save your money or not. I don't know. Do what you want. But yes, there's lots of boobs. So if you want to see, lots of them. But you can see that for free on the internet. Just saying.